The start of another week. The studio has come alive once again. The air, the studio here crackles with anticipation. Yes, indeed, anticipation for the I Beg to Differ champions. Each single step forward is a triumph. Each debate, a testament to the power of thought. The road is steep. Yes, we know, but greatness was never meant to be easy. On this journey of intellect and eloquence, words are not just spoken, they are woven into ideas, shaping perspectives, sparking change, and inspiring greatness. Today, as we step into day 5 of I Beg to Differ, the horizon glows with promise and the exchange of ideas continues, not to divide, but to enlighten and empower.
With every passing match, these young debaters defy expectations, standing taller, speaking bolder, and thinking sharper. Today, 4 more speakers take their first steps into this grand I Beg to Differ debate studios, ready to prove that courage and conviction are the heartbeat of true debate. As the great Aristotle once said, it is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. And today, these young intellectuals will not only entertain thoughts, but challenge them, refine them, and transform them into the ideas that will lead tomorrow.
No doubt, the fire of competition burns bright. But this is not just about winning. It is a celebration of intellect, a festival of thought, a proving ground for the next generation of leaders. So, dear listener, open your minds, lean in, and witness brilliance unfold. It's day 5, the journey continues, and the future of debate is unfolding before our very eyes. Welcome to I Beg to Differ Debate Tournament, Nigeria's most electrifying secondary school debate competition, right here on Nigeria Info FM. I am Femi Obong-Daniels.
And I am Maryann Okon.
Time to meet the judges, our panel of judges. Amazing guys, brilliant, charismatic, incorruptible, gracious, but firm. Let's start with the Chief Judge, shall we? Dr. Chikwuemeka, Head of the Department of Mass Communication and Strategic Communication Programs, School of Media and Communication, Pan-Atlantic University. Judge Chikwuemeka joins us from his location now. You'll get to meet these judges in person as we get to the finals. But Judge Chikwuemeka, welcome. Judge Ufoma Egbamuno is the news manager for Nigeria Info, but also for Kids FM, for Cool FM, for Wazobia FM. Welcome, Judge Ufoma Egbamuno. Our third judge for this second national or regional, Lagos regional finals is your well-known, long-time host, co-anchor, diction judge, Yvonne Ohaifo, broadcast journalist and newscaster, presenter on Nigeria Info FM and Kids FM, in a dual role of debate judge and diction coach and judge. Many thanks to our sponsors, Obi Weezy, for that unwavering commitment to the I Beg to Differ Students Debate Competition over the years. They've been with us from the get-go, and they deal in authentic gadgets of all brands. Laptops, mobile phones, durable power banks, quality tablets, Bluetooth speakers, and what have you. Obi Weezy, they are your plug for all things gadgets.
Would also like to thank Tollywood College, back as prize money sponsors of the second edition of Season 8. They're located at kilometer 43 Lekki-Ekpe Expressway, Etiosa, here in Lagos. Now, you all know that they're passionate about education and they love promoting advancements in education and in learning. We're glad to have Tollywood College back on I Beg to Differ.
Thanks to our national finals host, Chrisland College, our travel partners. Thank you very much. Those whose duty it is to ensure. I'm hoping that before the end of the week, you will get to hear from our travel partners. And if you're interested in sponsoring I Beg to Differ Students Debate, we are ever ready to start that conversation with you. And those who are currently in conversations with us, Moji tells me everything I like to hear. They're going well for the children, for family, for country. Remember, the national finals starts in July, August later this year. As we speak, the Port Harcourt Regional Finals is kickstarting today. So wrap up those conversations quickly so that the gospel can go round. First prize winner will go home with 1 million naira, courtesy of Tollywood College, a Green Lion G20 Ultra tablet from Obi-Wheezy, and Green Lion Echo ANC wireless headphones. Second prize winner, 500,000 naira cash prize from Tollywood College, Green Lion Echo ANC wireless headphones, and Green Lion Palmer 2 RGB portable speaker, courtesy of Obi-Wheezy. Third prize winner is 250,000 naira, courtesy of Tollywood College, our prize money sponsors. And of course, from Obi-Wheezy, Green Lion Stockholm smart glasses and Green Lion Panama wireless earbuds. If you want to be one of our sponsors and supporters, send us an email. info@nigeriainfo.fm. info@nigeriainfo.fm. Let's get the conversation going. Time now to meet our debaters for this first hour. Maryann.
All right. Well, we'll start with Michael Victor Chinecherem.
Let's hear from the young lad. Two guys go head to head.
My name is Chukwuemeka David Isiuwa.
This is my
International. What inspired me to join this debate was I just wanted to do something new because I haven't really done debates before, so I thought I'd give it a try. Nice to win, I guess, but I think I would just like to prove to myself that I can actually make like a good debate that really brings out the point and sends it home.
Okay.
He looks brilliant. He sounds brilliant. He must be brilliant. Chukwuemeka David Obioma Isiuwa of New Hall International School. He's 16 years of age. He is in his final year, SS3 or year 9.
No, this is Michael Victor Chinecherem.
Okay, no, it is Chukwuemeka David.
Chukwuemeka, okay,
yes,
great,
yes.
great.
Yes, so meet Chukwuemeka David Obioma Isiuwa Lagos. What's the proper pronunciation of your surname? Isiuwa. Fantastic.
Isiuwa.
Time to meet his opponent.
Okay, so this is Michael Victor Chinecherem.
Let's get to meet Michael Victor.
This is my story. You are my song. My name is Michael Victor, an SS3 student of United High School. I joined the I Beg to Differ debate tournament because I love debating and I've watched series of the debates, so I was inspired to come for the debate.
Meet Michael Victor Chinecherem is in the studio with us. Welcome, Michael Victor Chinecherem, Unity Senior High School. 16-year-old SS3 student. Same age, same class, different schools, different debaters. And now Michael and David go head to head.
Yes.
Thankfully, no Goliath in it. Do you know it was Samuel who anointed David?
Aha.
Yes, it was Samuel, the prophet, who anointed David as king. Will it be an anointing Or will David leave Goliath to go scot-free and assail Samuel instead? We'll find out.
Well, all right. Well, we have a ritual that we do.
Yep.
For our debaters to pick their sides. Femi.
So it's the very first debate. It's the second week of the round of 32, the first round, meaning none of these students and all the other ones you'll hear for the rest of this week. You heard 16 last week, and you're going to hear 4 today. So these are 2, including the next 2 you will hear. All the remaining 14 students you'll hear. None of them knows they know the topic. They've prepared for the topic, but they were told to prepare for both sides. Now we determine who supports and who opposes. Michael, David. Michael, you're closest to me. You want to go first? Left or right hand? Left or right? Make up your mind. Come on, man. Life is too short.
You said right.
You said right. Take my right hand and give my left hand to David.
Okay.
Now, open up. Can we see how you guys will be debating? You are supporting. Did I see you heave a sigh of relief? You seem happy you are supporting. Kind of. Huh. So Michael is supporting the motion. David, you are opposing the motion. But the 1 million naira question is, what is the motion? Here's the motion. Increase in telecom tariffs is unreasonable at this point. Increase in telecom tariffs is unreasonable at this point. I'm not sure I'll be happy if I was supporting this motion, to be honest with you. But this is the job that these 2 young minds, brilliant young minds, have been thrown into. And no doubt they will do a brilliant job of it. We'll give them a quick break.
Yes. But before we go on that break, don't forget we're live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're live on YouTube. We're also live on our sister station, Kids FM. So you can join us live on our live stream. Post your comments and let us know that you're watching.
Let's take a word from our partners and sponsors.
Obiwizi is Nigeria's pioneer e-commerce platform for pre-owned gadgets. They are Nigeria's home of gadgets with warranties, where you can purchase all your favorite devices and quality accessories, both brand new and pre-owned. You can also trade in your older devices for a newer model in a simple and convenient way. With offline and pickup stores in Ikeja, Lekki, Abuja, and Benin, Obiwizi delivers nationwide. On Instagram at Obiwizi backup page, on X at Obiwizi, email address info@obiwizi.com, or go to the website at www.obiwizi.com.
With information comes power.
We give you more power with information.
99.3
Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Tollywood College is a modern co-educational day school poised to provide a perfect learning environment for students between the ages of 10 and 16. We are dedicated to innovation and excellence in teaching and learning, an experience like no other at Tollywood College, where potentials are unlocked and given premium value. For inquiries, kindly contact us at the email address info@tollywoodcollege.com, or go to the website at www.tollywoodcollege.com. You could also go to the physical address to see things for yourself at kilometer 43 Lekki Ekpe Expressway by Canaan Land Estate, Shongo Tedo, Aja, Lagos. Rest assured, we will be waiting.
We've been waiting. We're finally here. The debate proper can commence now. Time is nobody's friend. Well, you've heard the motion. Increase in telecom tariffs is unreasonable at this point. Is it? Is it not? Well, Michael Victor Chinecherem of Unity Senior High School is supporting the motion, saying it is. Chukwuemeka David Obioma Isiuwa of New Hall International School is opposing it, saying it is not. We'll find out who will win this debate. We'll start with the motion supporter, Michael Victor Chinecherem.
Michael, you have 4 minutes. Are you ready? Your 4 minutes starts now.
The recent increase in telecom tariffs has sparked intense debate. While telecom operators argue that the hike is necessary to sustain their businesses, many consumers feel that it is unreasonable, especially during these challenging economic times. Professor say, good evening, Mr. Chairman, my adjudicators for the openness in my audience. My name is Michael Victor, a student of United School, and I strongly support the motion increase in telecom tariffs is unreasonable at this point. To start with economic downturn, Nigeria's economy has been facing significant challenges, including a recession in 2020 and a slow recovery. Increase in telecom tariffs will further exacerbate the hardship faced by Nigerians. For example, the economic growth slowed down from 3.3% in 2022 to 2.9% in 2023 due to high inflation and a sluggish growth in the global economy, which declined from 3.5% in 2022 to 3.2% in 2023. Furthermore, high cost of living. The cost of living in Nigeria is already high, and increasing telecom tariffs will add to the burden. For example, as of January 2025, the average cost of living in Nigeria was 31.4%, considering common expenses such as food, transport, and housing. Also, decline in purchasing power. The purchasing power of Nigeria has declined due to high inflation and currency fluctuations. Increasing telecom tariffs, we further reduce the purchasing power of Nigerians. In addition, the negative impact on businesses. The proposed tariff hike will negatively impact businesses, particularly small and medium-sized enterprises. According to the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, small and medium-sized enterprises account for over 90% of businesses in Nigeria and contribute significantly to the country's GDP. And an increase in telecom tariffs will exacerbate the operating costs of small and medium-sized enterprises, making it challenging for them to stay afloat. Next, impact on low-income households. Low-income households rely on affordable telecom services, and the tariff hike would disproportionately affect them. As seen in the case of South Africa, where low-income households spend up to 20% of their income on telecom services, making affordability a significant concern. Moreover, lack of transparency. Operators often lack transparency in pricing and billing practices. It's started by the Consumer Federation of America found about 70% of consumers reported being confused by the telecom bills, as seen in the case of Australia, where telecom operators have been criticized for unclear billing practices, leading to consumer frustration. Also, insufficient regulation. Regulatory bodies often fail to regulate telecom operators. Many countries lack effective regulatory framework to promote competition and to protect consumers' interests. Additionally, over-reliance on tariff hikes. Operators rely too heavily on tariff hikes. A study by the GSMA found that a 10% increase in mobile tariffs can lead to 5 to 7% decline in mobile penetrance. In Africa, for example, where mobile rates are already relatively low, a tariff hike of 10% can lead to 12% decline in mobile internet adoption. Next, consumer trust. A tariff hike would erode consumer trust. A report by the Ordinary Trust Barometer found that the trust level in the technology sector, including telecom providers, decreased by 4 points in 2020, with 54% of respondents expressing concern over data protection and privacy. Moving forward, inefficient use of infrastructure. Now, when tariffs are high, operators may lack the incentives to optimize network planning, which may lead to inefficient use of valuable resources, also inefficient use of spectrums. Now, increasing telecom tariffs will lead to inefficient use of spectrum, which may have negative consequences on the sector of telecom operators. Also, inflationary pressures. These services rendered by operators are essential and increasing tariffs will actually exacerbate we actually contribute to inflationary pressures, making it harder for people to afford other essential goods and services. In Zimbabwe, for example, a 50% tariff hike led to widespread protests and even increased inflation. Lastly, alternative revenue streams. Operators have alternative revenue streams such as data analytics and advertising can help them offset declining voice and SMS revenue. Additionally, the rise of 5G networks has led to high infrastructure costs, putting pressure on telecom operators to identify new revenue sources. Operators need to find new ways to increase their net profit without losing sight on consumers' affordability and expectations, diversifying other explored areas of smartphone management, deploying innovative technologies, and implementing analytical marketing tactics to cross-sell products rather than increasing telecom tariffs. I'm proud to support. Thank you.
All right. Michael Victor, Chinecherem Unity Senior High School, is 16 years old, an SS3 student. As an advice to you, Michael, for your next round, slow down, breathe. Okay? Calm down. Easy does it. Okay. Time now for his opponent to open with his presentation rounds. New Hall International Schools, Chukwuemeka David Obioma Isiuwa. You've heard Michael. Time to hear David.
All right, David, your 4 minutes starts now. Are you ready?
The digital world is always evolving. We need faster, more reliable internet connections to support the demands of modern society. But what if we're not investing fast enough? What if the rates of digital progress outpaces our ability to keep up? The cost of investing in our digital infrastructure is far less than that of neglecting it. With that I say, good day, Mr. Chairman, honorable judges, accurate timekeeper, my fellow debater, and my beautiful and ever attentive audience out there. My name is Chukwuemeka Isiuwa, representing New Holland International School, and I'm here to oppose the motion which states that an increase in telecom tariffs is unreasonable at this point. It is in fact justified and would actually serve towards the betterment of our society. Now, we use the internet for everything: health, education, commerce, entertainment. You're using it right now. But what if it was outdated, unreliable? What if we weren't able to do any of the things that we do nowadays? Well, this is why we need to keep these companies up to date. And this is why we need to use the tariffs. First of all, there are rising operational costs. You see, due to global inflation of about 6.4%, many telecom operators find themselves struggling with increased maintenance and operational costs of about 10 to 15%. This obviously puts a strain on them as inflation hasn't finished rising yet. Next, this is used to establish 5G networks and infrastructure. You see, about 40% of, I said 40%. We all know 5G. It's reliable, fast, it's the wave of the future. Well, it's also expensive. You see, it'll cost about $1.1 trillion in investment by next year. Obviously, this is no small amount of money. Next, it would also be used to expand rural coverage. You see, about 40% of, why do I keep saying that? 2.6 billion people, according to the International Telecommunication Union, do not have access to the internet. And, of course, by increasing these tariffs, which we would do to expand the networks, we would only increase the number of people who are unable to afford these. Further, this would also be used to improve, this would also be used to improve network quality. You see, these tariffs are very necessary. About 50% of users are currently unable to afford their networks because, one, I'm sorry.
Pace yourself. Take your time.
50% of users report slow networks and drop calls. We need to upgrade these networks so that they will be able to use them better. Further, this would be used to sustain the companies. You see, about $200 billion is required worldwide to keep these companies afloat. Obviously, they have to get the money from somewhere, and inflation is still going up, so this cost is also still rising. Further, this is also used to enhance cybersecurity and data protection. You see, about $15 billion in 2023 was spent by these companies on enhancing cybersecurity. Compare this to a loss about $40 billion that same year by those same companies. They have to make up the deficit somehow. Further, there is also increased demand for these services. You see, mobile data traffic is increasing by about 25% annually. Of course, this means increased strain on the network, and therefore could also cause these networks to crash. Let's not forget, the network quality is still low. Next, we would also use it to encourage smart network usage. You see, Mr. Femi, many people, they can't spend what they don't have. By increasing these tariffs, we would also keep many people from excessively consuming data, which would also allow for these networks to speed up, allow for many more users to use these networks at the same time, and also improve bandwidth. Thank you.
All right. It's been an introduction of nerves, and it is understandable. It is understandable. Rest easy. Gentlemen, you will be fine. All right? So the debate continues. We have to take a break. Buy these young lads some extra breather. And when we come back, it will be time for round 2. It is the rebuttal round.
Tollywood College is a modern co-educational day school poised to provide a perfect learning environment for students between the ages of 10 and 16. We are dedicated to innovation and excellence in teaching and learning, an experience like no other at Tollywood College, where potentials are unlocked and given premium value. For inquiries, kindly contact us at the email address info@tollywoodcollege.com or go to the website at www www.tollywoodcollege.com. You could also go to the physical address to see things for yourself at kilometer 43 Lekki Ekpe Expressway by Canaan Land Estate, Shongo Tedo, Aja, Lagos. Rest assured, we will be waiting.
Welcome back. We are streaming live on YouTube. Go and catch the YouTube live stream right now. We're streaming live on Facebook as well. Nigeria Info. Just search for Nigeria Info on YouTube and on Facebook. You won't miss it. Once it takes you to the page, just scan. You would either see a video shot of Maryann or me or both of us or either of the kids. Okay, it will be there. Just go to Nigeria Info Live. You cannot miss it. Okay. Welcome to the second round of this debate on the topic: increase in telecom tariffs is unreasonable at this point. You heard Michael Victor Chinecherem of Unity Senior High School support the motion that it is unreasonable, while Chukwuemeka David Obioma Isiuwa of New Hall International School opposed the motion, essentially going the other way. There is much still to come.
Yes.
And these kids are now ready to show their true colors. We're well relaxed, and you'll understand why.
Also, this time we're going to be switching positions, so the supporter will not be starting. The opposer will be starting this time.
Yes.
You still have 4 minutes.
As a quick reminder, remember, if you've rebutted or refuted the points of your opponent and you still have enough time, you can accommodate points that you had hoped to add in your opening. You can add them. Remember, in your third round, it will not be about new points. You will not be required to add additional points. It will be about your ability to finish with a flourish.
Okay.
So let's go to the rebuttal rounds now.
All right.
David.
So, David, we're going to start with you. Your 4 minutes starts now.
Standing on existing protocol, my name is Chukwuemeka Isiuwa, representing New Hall International School, and I'm here to refute my opponent's points. First of all, you mentioned that there's economic downturn. I agree. The rate of inflation is actually very high nowadays. This actually has many telecom providers struggling with increased maintenance and operational costs, as I mentioned. And because of this, these tariff hikes have to be put in place. Now, there is, in fact, a high cost of living due to this inflation. However, you have to consider that this is also part of increasing economic activity, these telecom operators. You see, if they went out of business, what exactly would you do then? Many businesses depend on this. Next, this would have a negative impact on business, as you mentioned. Well, many of these businesses require these for their quality. Therefore, by increasing these tariff hikes, would also improve their service, which would increase their better ability to perform business instead of dragging them down and holding them back. I didn't hear your next point. But moving on to transparency. You see, these tariff hikes were sanctioned by the government and legalized by them. Therefore, this should actually add a sheen of legitimacy to the whole process. Next, you mentioned competition or competitive advantage. You see, of course, there is a lot of competition in the industry, but the lower the cost, essentially, the lower the quality. Therefore, we shouldn't be focused on how pricey it is. Rather, we should be focused on our quality, and this is why these tariff hikes are necessary, to keep our quality up. Further, you mentioned that the tariffs are already high. This is untrue. These tariffs were very low, and they've been remaining low for the past 10 years or more, actually, since 2013. This makes an increase in these tariffs overdue by far more than 12 years. Further, you mentioned that consumers would lose their trust. Once again, the government themselves has sanctioned these. They would have to take it up with the government, not these companies. They have to stay afloat somehow. Now, you mentioned that there is insufficient use of infrastructure. How is this the case? We're constantly making sure that innovation takes place. They spend so much of their revenue
to ensure that there is more innovation in these services and more development in the digital sector. You also mentioned that there is an inefficient use of spectrums. Once again, I ask you, how is this the case? Many of these telecom providers have already used their money to buy these spectrums and therefore also use it for the benefit of everybody else. Think about it. We're using this Wi-Fi right now on 2.4 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz. Everybody, or almost everybody, has good access to this. Explain to me how these are incorrectly used. Now, you also said that this would also contribute to inflation, but this isn't the case. Telecom providers are literally the conduits of our progress. They are the reason that most of us are able to conduct business, watch our entertainment, and our education. They promote economic activity. This cannot be contributing to inflation, as they are the reason that most of us are even able to participate in the economy in the first place. They contribute to e-commerce, digital banking, and e-governance. Furthermore, you mentioned that there are alternative revenue streams. Well, here's the thing. Most alternative revenue streams either cost too much or don't borrow enough. Think about it. We're raising these tariffs because we're already struggling with the costs as they are. What do you think about taking out a huge loan, billions of dollars, only to be crippled by the large amount of inflation that would come with it? Now, to add my own point, this would...
Oh, really? Wow. And so, little time to add new points, but argument already made. You just heard Chukwuemeka David Obioma Isiuwa of New Hall International School for his rebuttal round. We'll switch now to the motion supporter. Is Michael Victor Chinecherem.
Michael, you have 4 minutes and your time starts now.
All participants will observed. I'll be bottom up on its individual point. To start with, Maryann mentioned rise in operational costs. Now, let's be honest. This should not be used as the justification for the increase in telecom tariffs, because operators can actually optimize their operations in order to reduce costs, but they are not ready to do so. But rather, they rely on the increase in telecom tariffs, regardless of the negative impact on low-income households. And they can actually make use of cost-saving measures such as energy-efficient infrastructure in order to reduce their costs, but you're not ready to do so. Also, Maryann mentioned investment in 5G technology, but I totally disagree with that, because operators can actually explore alternative funding sources to finance 5G development, such as investment, loans, and even partnerships. And if they claim that these things are not available, if the government really care, they should provide support and initiatives such as tax breaks, spectrum allocation, and subsidies in order to finance 5G development rather than increasing telecom tariffs. Also, Maryann mentioned expansion in rural areas, something like that. But I actually disagree with that. And let's be honest, rural areas often have limited connectivity. So once there's a tariff hike, it will actually exacerbate the existing digital divide rather than increasing investment in rural areas that operators may actually aim at. Besides, there are several ways, better ways to actually increase investment in rural areas rather than increasing telecom tariffs. Also, Maryann mentioned network upgrades. Now, network upgrade does not justify the increase in telecom tariffs because it sets a problematic precedent for future price hikes. And in contrast to the claim that network upgrades actually necessitate tariff hikes, operators can actually make use of cost-saving measures and efficient technologies in order to minimize the upgrade costs rather than passing on costs to consumers. And this will actually make a tariff hike less necessary. Maryann also mentioned revenue generation. Now, just because operators want to raise revenue doesn't mean it should come at the expense of consumers, particularly low-income households. There are better ways to raise revenue, and besides, there is no guarantee that the increase in telecom tariffs will actually generate revenue for operators, because once there's a tariff hike, consumers will definitely opt for alternative providers or even reduce their usage. So how does the increase in telecom tariffs raise revenue for telecom operators? You also mentioned data protection. Now, let's be honest, these things has nothing to do with the increase in telecom tariffs, because it lies in the hands of the regulatory bodies who actually approved the increase in telecom tariffs. And if they really care, they'll provide support and initiatives to ensure that consumers' data are protected. They will ensure that consumers are safe from cyber threats and not increasing telecom tariffs as a reason for the increase, I'm not using data protection as a reason for the increase in telecom tariffs. You also mentioned increased data for demand. Now, let's be honest. See, there are better ways to actually solve the problems or issues of increased data of increased demand for data, not increase in telecom tariffs. And this proves that all the points raised by my opponents are not justifiable for the increase in telecom tariffs, because operators can actually optimize their operations in order to reduce costs, can actually make use of other alternative solutions in order to finance 5G technology, can actually invest more in areas rather than increasing telecom tariffs, can actually optimize cost saving measures, not increasing telecom tariffs in order to upgrade their network. Now I'll be adding new points to my as I mentioned earlier before, to the point I've raised earlier. First off, negative impact on digital inclusion. The tariff hike will hinder digital inclusion efforts. A report by the European Commission found that countries with higher mobile tariffs tend to have a lower mobile penetration rates and a lower level of digital inclusion. Also, increased rates of poverty in Nigeria. Now, according to the National Bureau of Statistics, in Nigeria, 40.1% of the total population were classified as poor. In other words, on average, 4 out of 10 individuals has real per capita expenditures below 157,430 naira per year. Now, this translates to over 82.9 million Nigerians considered poor by national standards. So, rather than increasing telecom tariffs, operations should prioritize so many things rather than increasing telecom tariffs. Thank you.
Maryann, you've got to agree with me that the second round was better, huh?
I think they were both more relaxed and they got their thoughts together.
It's picking up. It's picking up, Lagos. And there is much more where all that came from. Stick around when we return. It will be time for the closing argument. Stay with us.
The biggest debate competition in Nigeria. I beg to differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Tollywood College is a modern co-educational day school poised to provide a perfect learning environment for students between the ages of 10 and 16. We are dedicated to innovation and excellence in teaching and learning, an experience like no other at Tollywood College, where potentials are unlocked and given premium value. For inquiries, kindly contact us at the email address info@tollywoodcollege.com or go to the website at www.tollywoodcollege.com. You could also go to the physical address to see things for yourself at kilometer 43 Lekki Ekpe Expressway by Canaan Land Estate, Shongotedo, Aja, Lagos. Rest assured, we will be waiting.
The Tournament of Champions. It's I Beg to Differ on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. It's a debate between Chukwuemeka David Obioma Isiuwa of New Hall International School and Michael Victor Chinecherem of Unity Senior High School. Both 16-year-olds, both SS3 students. The topic, increase in telecom tariffs is unreasonable at this point. I had said how hard it will be to support the motion, but imagine opposing the motion. It's what these two men are doing, two young lads. Well, they're 2 years from being officially branded men, I guess.
Adults by the Nigerian Constitution.
Yes. Well, here come David opposing the motion and Michael supporting it. Time now for the closing argument.
Yes, and we're reverting back to status quo. Obviously, we're starting again with the motion supporter. This time, you both have 3 minutes each. And like Femi said, you cannot make new points. All you're doing is try to convince the judges.
You can make all the points you want, but they're not scoring you based on that.
And maybe they can sing.
Yeah. Or go poetic. Just finish with a flourish. Make it beautiful. Okay. Motion supporter. Are you ready? Maryann?
Your 3 minutes starts now.
How about schedule yourself? I'll be concluding my debate. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude my debate, it is clear that the proposed tariff hike is a regressive move that will disproportionately affect the most vulnerable members of our society. Now, the recent advancements in telecom technology has led to increased efficiency and reduced costs for operators, making the proposed tariff hike unnecessary. Now, the widespread adoption of 4G and 5G networks has improved data capacity and enable operators to handle more customers and data traffic without corresponding increases in cost. The cost of providing telecom services has decreased due to improved technology as well as economies of scale, making the proposed tariff hike unreasonable. Now, operators have enjoyed significant profits in recent years, with some operators reporting profit margins of up to 20%, making it difficult to justify the need for a tariff hike. As mentioned earlier, the proposed tariff hike will have will disproportionately affect low-income households and individuals who rely on telecom services for education and economic opportunities. This demographic are struggling to make ends meet, and the tariff hike will further exacerbate their financial burden. Also, the telecom industry has a history of innovation and investments. So operators should continue to invest in order to improve their services and infrastructure rather than passing on costs to consumers. And this will not benefit the consumers alone, but will also drive economic growth and development. Alternative revenue streams are such as data services are actually available for operators and not increasing telecom tariffs. Now, regulatory bodies should focus more on prioritizing consumers' interests and ensure that any tariff hikes are justified and reasonable, taking into account the overall economic and social impact. In conclusion, the proposed tariff hike is not justified or reasonable by the current market conditions or technological advancements. Alternative solutions should be explored in order to ensure that consumers, operators can continue to provide high-quality services to consumers. As Nelson Mandela once said, and I quote, "The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall." So let us rise to the challenge of promoting economic growth. Let us rise to the challenge of stopping inequality and work to more a just and equitable society for all, ensuring that no one is left behind. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And so he rests his case. Michael Victor Chinecherem of Unity Senior High School, SS3 student, 16 years of age. It's done now. Well done. There's one final task for his opponent, Chukwuemeka David Obioma Isiuwa of New Hall International School. He's closing, Maryann.
Chukwuemeka, your 3 minutes starts now.
This increase in telecom tariffs is perfectly justified, and not only that, is an essential step towards a resilient digital future. You see, with global inflation at 6.4% and rising, many telecom operators are already struggling with increased maintenance and operational costs, which demand a tariff increase. Even though in the past year, major telecom companies have declared an increase in their profit margins of about 15%, much of this is reinvested into network upgrades and establishing 5G infrastructure, which is, of course, very beneficial, because these investments will allow for improved network quality, greater connectivity for everyone, and decreased network congestion. You see, enhanced telecom services are a benefit to all of us. They are the backbone of our modern health, modern education, and of course our commerce. Recognizing that fair pricing is the foundation for lasting progress, these tariff increases are a prudent response to evolving digital needs. Moreover, by strengthening these telecom networks, we pave the way for faster, more reliable networks and connections, especially in rural and underserved areas. Even though the short-term costs may rise, the long-term gains in connectivity and innovation will allow for us to create a more inclusive digital society. By supporting these adjustments in the tariffs, we invest in our digital future, and of course, we also ensure quality communication is available to each and every user. Now, someone once said that, or rather Bill Gates once said, that we are using technology to change the world. And that's true. But is it for better or worse? I, for one, think it's for better. Look at the world around us. Look at what we're using. Everything has improved, and everything is improving. And these telecom companies are the conduit for our improvement. But really, this isn't just about tariff hikes. No, it's a social justice issue. What with the perpetual digital inequality and the limited opportunities for those with lack of financial means, we need to use our investments wisely. We need to ensure a world where everyone has equal access to the opportunities that this provides. We need to create a society where everyone, regardless of their economic status, has access to the chances and benefits of this digital era. And I hope that with this and my earlier points, I have been able to prove to you that without a sliver of a doubt, such an increase is in fact reasonable. I rest my case.
All right.
What a grandstand finish. one of those rare occasions where you say, win or lose, a broadcaster is born.
I know, Femi. This is what everyone is saying on social media. That they hope he's being discovered right now by you because he reminds them of a younger version of you.
They honor me. Guy is sounding better than I was when I was 16. All right. Brilliant debate. It's done. It's over. I'm proud. Both of them managed to find their swagger. And they were able to bring the cigars out. Well, again, well.
Metaphorically.
Metaphorically. For people wondering, oh, those kids are smoking in the studio. Femi and Maryann, you are allowing them. Well, it's okay. The judges, have they done their job? Yvonne, are you ready for us? Yvonne is ready. Unfortunately, we just have over a minute. Yvonne, take it away.
Yes, I'll start with David. Remain is a stative verb, okay? So you shouldn't have said, and they've been remaining low, okay? Remain is a stative verb. You should have said they have remained low for whatever number of years you meant to say, okay? Because stative is remain rather is a stative verb, and you use it to state the state of being. Okay, they have remained. Alternatively, you use remaining as an adjective, okay, but you don't use it in the present continuous form to mean, again, because it is a stative verb and it isn't exactly a dynamic verb that is referring or refers to an action. Okay, and to you, Michael Victor, do I still have a couple of seconds?
Yeah, you have 50.
Okay, 50 seconds. Fantastic. Let's see what we can do with that. To you, Michael, you say cost, not cost. Okay? There is no R in that word. You say cost. It is consume, not consume. Okay? Consume. You say focus, not focus. Focus. Okay? You say honest, not honest. Honest. Hands, not hands. Hands is the female, is the plural of hen. One hand, many hands. Okay, you say hands, not hands. You say hike, not hike. Hike. You say challenge, not challenge. You say optimize. You said optimize. You meant to say optimize, okay? And you say 54% of respondents. That's all.
That. Take a break. We'll be back.
Let me ask you a question. What holds you back when you wake up each morning? Is it the uncertainty of how the day will unfold? And as the day goes on, what makes your heart race? Is it the quiet fear that maybe you're not doing enough? And when it's evening, is it the longing for just a little more time? Whatever it is, remember, challenges don't define you, but how you rise to meet them. Staying connected to your dreams, that's how you break free from limits. Get unlimited data plus up to 6-hour battery backup to keep you connected without interruptions on Airtel 4G 5G Smart Connect. Visit the nearest Airtel shop to find out more. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Mama, are you hungry?
Yes, my pikin. Oh, yeah, go change. Make you come chop.
My children are my life, but I know say them need to eat well to do well. Since I discover Maggi soya chunks, so add protein to my food, don't they easy?
Now, I know they worry whether them get protein for food, because with Maggi soya chunks, I fit give them protein for food.
Protein every day for my family.
Whether you're reuniting with loved ones or starting a new adventure, fly Emirates from Lagos to the UK via Dubai and start your holiday on board. Enjoy complimentary food and drink. Explore up to 6,500 channels of entertainment, including live sport. Stay connected with onboard Wi-Fi and keep boredom at bay with special meals and toys for kids. You get so much more in Emirates economy. Book now at emirates.com. Fly Emirates. Fly better.
We see you, Mr. As my guy don't win. Please say don't ginger. No dollar. We did jolly just come welcome offer. BetKing is giving you 100 naira instant sign-up bonus. That's not all. Within 14 days on the app, you stand the chance to get up to 1 million naira in rewards and enjoy 50 free casino bets on Aviator. Download BetKing app and register today using the promo code FREEBETS to enjoy your 100 naira instant bonus and other exciting offers. Terms and conditions apply. Not for persons under 18 years. Play responsibly.
Are you ready to unlock your full potential? Join us as we celebrate 10 years of empowering futures. Whether you're a budding entrepreneur or a hardworking professional, we are here to support you every step of the way with our expert guidance and tailored financial solutions. The horizon is yours to explore. Join us today and start your journey to a brighter future. For more information, you can visit us at any of our branches close to you. DDMFB, empowering futures.
In the kitchen game, there are players and then Agba Ballers, MVP, Player of the Year, 10-0, no rival. Become an Agba Baller with the new improved Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer, made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric to bring out your top game in the kitchen. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, the game changer.
Anything I want. Mama, they don't dash me 20,000 naira wolf.
My pikin, who they dash 20,000 naira for this kind time?
That they dash everybody will get smart cash account 20,000 naira.
You mean them go dash me 20,000 naira a wolf too?
Yes, so mama. That they dash all old and new smart cash users 20,000 naira a wolf.
Oh yeah, tell your yard people make them dial *939# or download Smart Cash app to open their own account. Make themselves enjoy 20k a wolf. Every time when you buy airtime or pay bills with Smart Cash, you go chop inside your 20k. Terms and conditions they shall.
I don't see my own wolf.
Hey, here's to you. What gets you out of bed? Is it the sunrise? The sound of your alarm? No. It's that dream, that drive, that unstoppable force. You drive, it's 7 days with a Protect S1. Craft living so I can't, and well, this agent starts strong and wrong. We are back.
Nigeria with big less. I beg to defy back with the remaining matches in the playoffs. At 4 p.m., Chukwuemeka, David, Obioma, Isiuwa will face off with Michael Victor Chinecherem as they debate the topic. Increase in telecom tariffs is unreasonable at this time. That should be fun. And at 5 p.m., Ifeoluwa Olaya will lock horns with Nwagu Olachi Vanessa on the topic. Single-use plastics should be outlawed. I beg to differ is supported by Obiwizi and Chrisland Schools. Prize money sponsor, Tollywood College, Lagos. For sponsorship inquiries, send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. That is info@nigeriainfo.fm. I beg to differ. The Tournament of Champions.
Welcome back. Racing through your comments. We have little time. Ojuakin says, Maryann and the boss, Femi, you both look dashing as usual. You're doing well. Keep up the job. She looks dashing, lady in red. Matter of fact, I'm looking to dash her off. Fisi Seriki says the first guy should slow down. Will be Michael. Testing team goes, I believe Michael made some good points, but I couldn't make him out. I couldn't make out what he's saying. What's the rush? Are you battling Twister and Eminem? Well, he did slow down eventually, didn't he?
Yes.
Ojuakin says, I think Michael stammers a little, so he needs to speak faster. Well, he was better eventually. Chinenye Olugazie says, Chukwuemeka has that smooth radio voice. I hope he gets this covered. Eddie Amarachi goes, this Chukwuemeka guy looks like the younger version of Uncle Femi Obong-Daniels. Very smart guy, but his topic isn't an easy one. He's finer than me, I tell you that. And he's got a great voice, no doubt. And then says, his voice is intimidating, man. Let me see. Ajibola Lukman says, please, Nigeria Info, none of these brilliant young lads should leave now. Do all you can to keep both of them for another debate. It will be sad if one of them left. Please.
On WhatsApp here, Wale from Paris says, I love the boy who spoke in favor of the tariff increment. The way he articulated his points calmly and intelligently was excellent. The winner of the debate, he says, in my own opinion.
Okay.
This one says, hey, please, is Chukwuemeka a broadcaster? He's fantastic. Good job. Well done. This is from Uzoma. Nice debate we're having today. I want to make a suggestion. I think it will be nice for the timekeeper to give the debaters a warning sign when their time is running out, maybe 20 seconds to the end of any session. This will allow them to conclude on any points they're making before the bell rings. Emeka from Agor Palace.
Makes sense. Maybe 10 seconds. Maybe the 10-second marker.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, you want to take one more?
Yeah. Edozie Dean Naji here says, good evening, Femi and Maryann. Beautiful job from the brilliant minds. They did justice to the topic. I'm proud of them. Though there's still room for improvement. Kudos, kids. Indeed, there's hope for Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Time to decide. I'll breeze through the decision. Pay attention, Michael. Pay attention, Daniel. David, pardon me. For the presentation round, the judges score it thus. George Yvonne scores it 10-9. Michael. Judge Ufoma scores the presentation round, the opening round, 10-8. Michael. Chief Judge Chike scores the opening round, 10-7. Michael. So Michael leads by 30 points to 24 at this point. We go to the second round, the rebuttal round. Judge Yvonne scores it 10-9. David. Judge Ufoma scores it 10-8. David. Chief Judge Chike scores it 10-8. David. It's 30-25. Advantage David in this round. And Michael is still leading by 1 point. Taking us to the closing round. Judge Yvonne scores it 10-9. David. Judge Ufoma scores it 10-8. David. And Chief Judge Chike scores it 10-7. David. That's 30-24. And at this point, David has swung the lead by 5 points, 84-79. Bringing us to Judge Yvonne's diction infraction scoring. And she adjudged the winner. In this case, in terms of diction, by 10 points to 6 for the winner. Qualifier to the round of 16. Congratulations. By 94 points to 85. Well, that is a victory for Chukwuemeka David Obioma Isiuwa of New Hall International School. Congratulations, David. Congratulations to you. You made it, yes. Go ahead. How do you feel?
Well, I mean, to be fair, yeah, I feel pretty happy. But of course, I could have done much better. Props to Michael, because I genuinely thought he was going to win for a minute there. But no, I really have to improve. And I'd like to see how I do next time.
I'd like to see how you do next time too, you know?
We'll all be looking forward to that.
Well done.
But I like how Michael was clapping when he realized he didn't win, but he was impressed.
Very sportsmanly.
Yeah.
Very sportsmanly. Well done, Michael. Okay. Did you feel that you were better when you slowed down a little?
Speaking to the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly. And he also recovered Okay? You reeled out a lot of points in the opening. You actually took that round, but people struggled to make you out. Even I struggled to make you out, and you were sitting closest to me. Do you understand that? But there is room for improvement. Okay? You're a brilliant debater, nonetheless. Do you stutter a little? You do. Brilliant. I know brilliant broadcasters who stutter, and you will never know. Never know. After a while, you get used to it. Okay? It gets better. I know because my mom stuttered. My sister stutters. And I have a niece who stutters. Okay? So it's always, just calm down, relax, understand it, know those words are your triggers, and try to avoid them or breathe in and take it easy when you approach them. Is that clear? Thank you very much for gracing our studios.
Well
Michael.
done. Well done.
Well done. What a debate. We'll be back, Lagos, for the second debate of the evening. Don't go anywhere.
.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.